Good morning, people. It is the 20th of July. Um, as of the time of recording this, it's 8:51. My watch is 2 minutes ahead. So, kind of a little bit pissed off. Furious, actually. I recorded the fifth part of my, Stone campaign, and I uploaded it, and then YouTube's going to be like, yo, my dog, it didn't upload. So I'm like, okay, I'll just go fetch the video and re-upload it. Take a few more minutes out of my day. No, the video footage completely got deleted. So I went back, I watched episode 4, and, yes, so, episode 5. We had entered the city originally through this, or the party is still Yavin the Minotaur Paladin, my dog. Yavin the Minotaur Paladin, Frodo Swaggins the Halfling Rogue, and then Lucifer Satine the Tiefling Wizard. Our party's pretty cool at this time, actually. So we Yavin the Minotaur, played by myself, he serves Cord, if I did not mention this already. He likes battle. This is a predicament. So, my character, I'm trying to roleplay here a little bit. I'm not the best at roleplaying yet. I go through, and I'm like, okay, we're all huddled up in the woods a fair bit away, and I'm like, front gate, battle, let's go. And I started to head off, but then they stopped me, and the rest of my party stopped me, and they're like, no. The best way in would probably be through the slums. And I'm like, fight at slum. And they go, yeah, fight at slum. And they're talking, and I'm kind of, I actually, it was an inside joke, but the joke was, if we're ever in the woods and I'm not part of the conversation really because I'm too dumb, I was going to chase a butterfly. So I am currently chasing a butterfly, and they're like, okay, slums would be the best. We can get in through the sewage drain outside that we saw a little bit ago, and the entire party agrees. Or at least they agree, and then they go, Yavin, we're going to go get and fight. And then I'm like, yeah. Yavin was awesome. So we get to the edge of the woods, and then we hear something. I actually heard something, because I have really, really high wisdom on that character. I think it's like 17, possibly even 18. Yeah. So, no, I think, don't Minotaurs get +2 to wisdom? Wasn't it +2 to strength and +2 to wisdom? I might have had 19. I don't know. But, I know I have high wisdom, so wisdom and perception, wisdom makes perception. So, yeah, I notice a small battalion, I'm not sure if that's the correct word, a small battalion of around 10 to 15 goblins. Now, I had rolled nature previously. The party had known, or I explained this to a party with my very advanced common. So, I explained to the party, goblins are, their mortal enemies are dwarves. And I go, hell yeah. We have a wizard with Ghost Sound. Ghost Sound, the 4th edition mechanic, I believe, is essentially within 20 tiles, and in this game, or in 4th edition, a tile is equivalent to roughly 5 feet. So, up to roughly 100 feet away, you can make a sound. It can be literally anything that you can imagine. It helps if you hear it, that makes it more precise, but you can pretty much make whatever. Well, I, actually, my character and myself, I had the idea of, let's just make 2 dwarves arguing, because 15 goblins could easily take 2 dwarves, and they want to eradicate all dwarves from the face of the earth. They do not like dwarves. But then Jacob and Stephen, they huddle up, they're like, no. Let's make it an army of dwarves. And I'm sitting here, I'm not that smart, character and myself, and I go, sure. I'm going to go get a snack because this is going to take a little bit. I'm sad. We are out of milk. I was going to have some Oreos and milk. Anyway, back to my story. We agree an army of dwarves. The goblins hear the loud clanking of armor and then the chanting of the dwarves. Essentially imagine hi-ho. Hi-ho. Except for, like, several hundred dwarves instead of 7. It was 7, right? I haven't seen that in a while. So they proceed to summon the sound of a dwarven army. I think it was actually exactly 100 feet away off in the distance. And the goblins go, "Heh, dwarves. Better go start the defenses." And I'm like, fuck. The party is all simultaneously going, fuck. Because at this point, it's going to be progressively harder to get inside if they are going to make this place Fort Knox. We did not want them to make it Fort Knox. So, they go and secure the city. Like, we're talking instead of like 1 guard in every 3 of the guard tower, 3 guards in every tower. Like, they were going full out defensive. They did not want these dwarves to come in into their city and pillage. Because you know them. Midgets fight midgets. Not even the fun, like, woo, party. No. Midgets fighting midgets to the death. That actually sounds really amazing, and I want that to happen. I want to see a dwarf in it. Yeah, so, yeah, so we breach inside the city through the gate because Frodo, at the time, had rolled insanely high stealth. I think it was a 19, and a mechanic in 4th edition is essentially you can roll at a disadvantage and essentially make your entire team, your entire party, go and do that. I think it's -1 per player. So I think it totaled up to be a 17. No, plus his stealth. So I think 24 total? I think he had 7 stealth at the time. Yeah, so it was insanely good. So sorry about the leg. We get inside the city without much issue. And we're in the slums, and we're like, okay. And I go, okay. Fight. We should fight. Anything that moves dies. And then we're like, sure. They were just, yeah. Yevon. Nice, Yevon. Remember, halfling, 4 feet tall, 5'8", tiefling, and then you got me, 7-something feet tall. I think I was actually like 7'4". I was pretty humongous. Yeah, so level up. So we see one kobold because we're in the slums, and yeah, slavery is quite fun for the goblins and for our experience points. I wink because I wink. So I fucking barehand him over his mouth. He can't do shit, and I drag him down into the tunnels, only like 3 or 4 feet. I'm doing this motion because I thought it was weird enough. So I'm grabbing his face and knocking his feet out, and then just dragging him away. That was what the motion was supposed to be. It looked like I was masturbating in the original video because I was just, oh yeah. Hi, I'm a Christian child. So I get a dagger. I'm not proficient in daggers because, you know, puny knives. And I just hold it up to his throat. And I'm like, okay, you scream, you die. And he just furiously nods like, yeah, I got you, fam, I got you. I'm not screaming. and I yank. I yank my hand out away from his face and go, "Do you know what slaying stone is?" And he goes, "Yes, yes." I put it back over and I'm like, "Didn't think I'd get this far." I'm talking to the party, and because I'm the most intimidating one, I think I actually did all the talking. But it wasn't the best sense because our wizard has like 9 diplomacy. He actually has fairly high charisma. Um, so yeah, I keep on talking and I'm like, okay, do you know where it is? No. Do you know where it was? Smealok! And he screams for someone named Smealok. Smealok was the spelling that we were given by the DM. Smealok was a tough motherfucker. I did end up slicing the kobold's throat, by the way. Smealok was a kobold, I believe. He was kind of the chief of them. He might have been goblin, actually. I'll tell you. You'll learn why in the future. I think he was actually goblin now that I think about it. But pretty buff dude. We back into an alleyway for the most proper defensive positioning, and I due to good acrobatics and from Frodo and some good strength from Yavin, I kind of throw him up onto a wall, and then he finishes scaling it, and he's up I think 30 feet in the air. It's actually pretty phenomenal, and he pulls out his crossbow and he's going to snipe them in the face until they are all dead. Now, because he was up there, imagine, like, you know how some roofs, they'll have the flat and then the actual roof, and then they'll have like this little border around them. Yeah, it was one of those, slightly corroded because the slums are pretty shitty. And yeah, he does that thing where he's under partial cover. That gives him a +2 to armor class. Oh, by the way, today I'm going back to my mother's house, so I will have my notes and I will have the DM screen, so I will be able to tell stories more efficiently. So yes, we continued to sit there, kind of wait. We prepped our armor and everything. We prepped our spells for the wizard. I prepped my fucking mace and shield. I had a light shield, actually. So yeah, we were prepared as fuck. And then approximately 15 kobolds walk in, and we're like, oh, fuck yeah, this is going to be some fun. It's going to have some experience. The actual fight took like an hour and a half to 2 hours. And it sucked, because I'll give you the outcome in a second. I'm trying to watch the time here, because if it exceeds 15 minutes, I'm not sure if I can upload it, because I'm not sure if I've verified my channel or not. I think I have, though. But, I've also cleared out my storage, so it shouldn't fuck up. Yeah, so, we kill most of them. And then I think 5 more come, one of them being Smealok. And we're like, okay. So before we had fucked most of them up, turn 1, Lucifer had the highest initiative. Rolls a natural 1 on his Scorching Burst, blows himself up for 9 damage and myself up for 8 damage. Very important. So when these last 5 come in, I am out of Lay on Hands, my healing spell. I'm on, I think, like 5 or 6 health. Like, I can't take much more. Lucifer's slightly better. I think he was 9. And then we got our buddy up here, Frodo, just taking pot shots with his crossbow. Yeah, he ended up being like a little bit underbloodied. So we fall unconscious, me and Lucifer, and then there's only 2 left at this point. Smealok. Oh no, there's Smealok and then 2 buddies, so 3 people. And seeing that we're dead, him being, I think he had 5 bolts left. He climbs down. He surrenders, because he had been getting good rolls in his defense. He said this to me. He'd been getting good rolls, and he had decent diplomacy. So they loom over us, they take their spears, and they execute us. Overwatch team kill. That's going to wrap it up for episode 5 at exactly 5 minutes. Goodbye, my friends. Exactly 5.